stand, gonna find a way to change the game. You tell me that I should stay, trust what you say and that it's all okay. But everything starts to feel like a con, and I'm the pawn, am I right or wrong?
On this week's show, we're going to be going to Alaska for some amazing adventures. The first hunt is going to be my first trip to Alaska up on the peninsula near Chignik Bay, and I'm going to be chasing some of the world's biggest brown bears. I was up with Red Bear Guides and got a tag thanks to my good friends Roy and Justin. Then after that, we're going to follow some of my good buddies as they chase around some awesome animals right there in their home state.
Initializing connection. Loading contact. Selecting field equipment. Equipment selected. Targeting destination.
Now, if any of you are looking for an adventure of a lifetime, then I can assure you that this trip that I took with Craig Butler and Red Bear Guides would satisfy any type of thrill that you were looking for. This was my first trip to Alaska, and man, what a trip this was. I can tell you that if you've never done this before, you need to expect several plane rides to get to a small location, which then you're most likely going to have to pile into a small Super Cub with yourself and all your gear that'll fly you out to a very remote campsite, which in our case was a set of tents nestled into a dense alder patch that would protect us from the weather once it turned bad, which I can assure you that in Alaska, you are at the mercy of the weather, because at one moment you may think it's the most beautiful day that you've ever seen, but then within minutes it can turn into an absolute monsoon where you're just literally huddled in your tent holding that sucker down. And you know, we had to fly our plane and land onto the beach, which was actually really cool, and then pack our gear up into our camp location. And then from there, our daily routine would be to get up at first light, head up to a vantage point where we'd spend the day glassing about 3 miles of coastline in each direction. And you're really just waiting for one opportunity, a bear to show itself on either the coastline, you know, scratching for things that might have washed up during the high tide, or just cruising the salmon streams, which in most years is where the highest density of bears would be on the salmon. But unfortunately for us, there was no salmon run during this year, and our bears were really sparse and really spread out. We spent a lot of time not only waiting to see a bear, but seeing a bear that we could get to in time and one that we could find in a stalkable position. And after several days and unlimited numbers of hours behind our glass, I finally had the opportunity that I was looking for. All right, well, there's the opportunity we need. We got a bear down there, so now we got to get after it. Let's go. Knock On TV is brought to you by Under Armour, always lethal. Nikon, your trusted name in optics. Lancaster Archery Supply. Fuse Archery Accessories. Sherlock brand hunting sights. And Yamaha ATVs and side-by-sides, real world tough.
Spider, it's the best bow I've ever taken to the woods.
Short, compact, light, and perfectly balanced.
Talking about a bow that's poison on whitetails. This is a giant.
Spider, born for one purpose. Get serious, get Hoyt.
Great achievements have a way of creating even greater expectations, especially when the achievements are greatly unexpected, like an uncompromisingly rugged hunting binocular built to defy the elements, yet whose high-resolution optics also defy dawn and dusk. The all-new ProStaff 7, outdoor life's great buy for 2011. It's what you'd expect from Nikon at a value that is unexpected.
Turn to me. Yeah, baby. Said he was 42, I bet he was about 45. I was a little low in the first shot. But that second shot was artery, baby.
Yeah, freaking smoke, buddy. Both of those were good.
Yes.
Nice job, Waggett. Thanks, buddy. That's freaking killer.
I didn't want to be too high and hit that shoulder, but I was about 2 yards lower than I wanted. Yeah.
Dead center.
This week's Dead Center is a simple tip that I can promise you may save you on your next hunt, because honestly, this same tip was the difference between me getting my bear of a lifetime and me possibly not getting my bear of a lifetime. And this tip is, once you have your bow all sighted in and you make sure everything's comfortable, always take a Sharpie marker and mark exactly where your peep sits in the bowstring. Okay? I color it black exactly where my peep goes on both sides of the string. And it may seem super small, but if that peep moves at all, it will change where your arrows land on the target. And on this bear hunt, believe it or not, when I unpacked my gear at camp, I made my first practice shot and barely hit the target at 40 yards. And at first I thought maybe it was just me traveling that far and not been shooting, but after making a second arrow and almost hitting my first arrow at the bottom of the target, I realized right away something's not right. And one of the first things I checked was the mark of my peep sight. And sure enough, whether it was the pilot grabbing my bow out of the back of the plane, or pulling my bow case out of the plane, or even snagging this thing on an alder somewhere into camp, my peep sight had actually slid up the string and was not in the correct spot. So I was easily able to move my peep where I knew it should be, and then on that third practice shot, I hit right in the middle of the dot. I was practicing at 40 yards, and believe me, if I wouldn't have known that and made that change, I probably would have not got my bear of a lifetime. So make sure you do that before you go on your next hunt. Closed captioning provided by Trophy Taker, the maker of the world's best fall-away arrow rest and the Shuttle T-Lock broadhead.
Carbon is dead. Introducing Under Armour Scent Control. A fusion of odor trapping zeolites with antimicrobial silver. It's more powerful and works longer than carbon. 10 times longer. Strike without warning. Under Armour Scent Control. Never detected. Always lethal.
The moment you've waited for all year long takes seconds to play out. For months now, you've been honing your skills and pushing yourself to the limits of perfection. The entire line of Glendale bucks feature a massive four-sided shooting core that takes thousands of shots for the longest lasting, most realistic target. So when the months turn to seconds, you can answer the call. Glendale, the biggest and toughest 3D targets in the universe.
There's my arrow right here. Shuttle T-Lock. Little muddy, little bloody. Tell you what, if you're looking for a total thrill ride, get down here to the peninsula. And I can see my bear right there. I was worried about the first shot, but now I'm actually a lot happier knowing that my first shot was where it needed to be. We had to go back to get the packs, so we know he hasn't moved. And that is a beast. Look at the size of that thing's hand. Holy smokes. Oh. He broke it off. It went right in, hit that back artery. But geez, look at the size of that. Definitely had to hit him through the heart. It's coming out. Dude, look at that. Holy cow. Look at my first shot. Right through the heart. Look at the size of that. Oh my gosh. Sorry for the blood. Let's get them, we're gonna get them all laid out, and then we'll be right back. Peninsula brown bears, knock on, baby. Up here in Chignik Bay, Alaska, Red Bear Guides booked it with Craig Butler, and I could not be more excited. What an absolute adventure and thrill ride if you're a bow hunter or a rifle hunter looking for world-class giant peninsula brown bears, this is definitely the guy to book with. Honestly, I was pretty nervous when I first came up here. I was wondering, you know, how dangerous it would be. And the guides, all of Craig's guides, put you right at ease. There's a tremendous, I mean, decades of experience between these guys. I drew Jim Waggett, and what an awesome guide, just a true outdoorsman, knows this country up and down, and really tailors to the hunters. Wakes you up, has some hot coffee for you, gives you something to eat in the morning, and you get up on these beautiful, breathtaking bluffs, and you watch down on these shorelines, and you know, once you spot a bear, it's on. You get after it, and you get your bear, and from there, what's great is, no matter what your experience level, your guides are going to adjust and make sure they take care of you. So if you're looking for an awesome bear hunt, I know there's a lot of people to choose from, but man, I could not be more happy with booking with Craig, because this is a once-in-a-lifetime investment and once-in-a-lifetime hunt for me, and I picked the right guy.
There's a size 13 Under Armour next to a size Super Grizz. For those of you who don't know, I'm a 13, every bit of it. So that just gives you an idea of how big this sucker's back foot is.
Field Recon.
For this week's Field Recon, I actually want to share with you just an awesome tip that my guide Waggett had taught us. Instead of packing a big old set of waders every day to only use them a few times when crossing these creeks, he actually taught us how to just bring small bungee cords that you can wrap around your rain pants really tight, and they would actually work perfectly for crossing these streams. I mean, they're not 100% if you're totally submerged, but for quick crossings, I used them for 9 days along with my standard Haw rubber boots, and I never had a problem. It was really sweet. This is a slick trick if you're ever heading up to Alaska or anywhere where you have to do quick little stream or creek crossings.
For over 30 years, Lancaster Archery Supply has practiced the values of integrity, caring, and excellence to archery customers. Discover the largest online selection of bows, arrows, and archery accessories at lancasterarchery.com. Call on our archery experts for expert advice on all your archery needs. If you want the best service and gear, then visit Lancaster Archery Supply, America's largest archery-only supplier.
Lancaster Archery Supply.
Be a tough place. That's why you need a side-by-side that's even tougher. The 2012 Rhino 700 Fi from Yamaha. The toughest, most off-road capable side-by-side out there. Rhino. Real world tough.
Now we're going to join Justin, his brother, and our good buddy Roy as I head up to Kodiak Island to fill a grizzly tag that his brother Kalen drew. And as always, things are going to get a little bit crazy when Justin's around. And instead of just hunting these guys normal like I did for mine, of course they got to make it a little bit more adrenaline packed. So they decided to make this hunt one where the bear is actually coming into them. They decided to call this Grizz in with a predator call, and he came up close and personal with Kalen before he made a shot.
Well, it looks like I'm in the paper at a 6-inch kill zone. I feel pretty good about that. Shoot a few more shots with the old Alpha Max. This bow shoots really good. Flat, fast, and lightweight bow. Bullseye. I'll take that one. Hopefully that falls in the bear's Boilermaker. Nice bear. I'm sure there's bigger out here, but you know, this happened so fast, and with this bear coming in on a string to that predator call, and man, he was coming with some bad intentions. So we made the decision to go ahead and take this bear, and I'm glad we did. It's a once-in-a-lifetime tag for me to be able to draw one for Kodiak, and it's just incredible. It's a gorgeous bear. My biggest concern was taking a boar. I didn't want to shoot a sow, so just really excited. Can't tell you how excited I am. Wanted to kind of take a look and see where I hit this bear, because I know I made a good shot on it. Felt good, but after looking over, it took a while to find the hole, but turns out it's right there, right in money. Followed that leg right up, and that arrow blew right through that ACC, zipped right through there with that 3-blade broadhead. Made a nice clean hole. Did the job. It went in and out so fast. You know, wasn't sure of how solid of a hit, but turns out good clean kill right through the Boilermaker on this beautiful bear.